Today we're talking about liquidation, because liquidation is the topic that no director wants to talk about until they're forced to. And when the moment arises and there's high anxiety and uncertainty, there's misinformation online that makes things 10 times harder than it needs to be for a director to make a decision. So let's start. What is liquidation? Liquidation is a formal process designed to wind up a company that can't pay its debts. A liquidator takes control of the business, preserves the company records, investigates what's happened, and then works on a plan to realise assets for creditors. For directors, it's often the point where the pressure finally eases, because the responsibility shifts from them to the appointed expert. There's also a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings about liquidation. Some directors think they'll automatically lose their home, and so they don't take action. But they won't automatically lose their home unless there are personal guarantees or securities, or some other misconduct along the way. Others think that they must wait for the ATO or the creditors to act, when in reality, choosing the right time to appoint a liquidator often leads to a far better outcome for everyone involved. The biggest differentiator we see is timing. Directors who seek advice early generally have far more options. Some of those are voluntary administration, restructuring, informal workouts. And yes, sometimes liquidation does end up being the right path. But waiting too long can shut down the alternatives. It increases the director's personal risk and makes the cleanup process much more costly and stressful, including reducing the returns available to creditors. At Worrells, we sit down with directors at no cost to walk them through their situation, explain their obligations as a director, and outline the different available pathways, not just liquidation. We've also put together a practical corporate insolvency guide that breaks down liquidation, restructuring, voluntary administration, and other options. We also explain directors' duties and the early warning signs to watch for. So if you'd like a copy of the Worrells Insolvency Guide, or simply want to talk a client through a matter, please feel free to reach out to us at Worrells.